Hi there, and welcome to week 14 of the OrkneyBowl weekly review, the final games of the regular season. And welcome to my poor, unwell Craig. How's it going?
Do you know, Johnny, I wasn't missing the last week of the season, no matter how badly I felt. So here I am from my bed with a knackered back and a bit of the flu. So let's do this.
Yes.
Week 14 already. We're through the regular season and shit's about to get real.
Very real, yeah. So we'll start off with the team of the week, and it's in my division this week. So Warner Bay Warriors at £287.84, and his top player, Drake London. Who do you thought that one?
Yeah, it's maybe the kind of right guy finding form at the right time for Warner Bay Warriors and all who own him. You know, he's. I mean, let's face it. Coming out the draft, no one would have been surprised if Drake London was getting 35-point weeks on a regular basis. The reason we're all surprised is because he's not.
I know, is it something like 10 catches for 172 yards or some daft thing like that? It's just like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, great score for him, and I'm sure we'll see him quite regular tonight. You know, it's and I'm assuming that gets some. Warner Bay Warriors are up there, aren't they? So I'm assuming that gets at least into the playoffs and such. So we'll see that when we get to the leagues. But yeah, great score. Only 20 points more than me this week, though, I hasten to add.
I know, but I know you left it too late, but you're getting into form for the consolation. So.
Well, we'll see. But yes, good score for Warner Bay Warriors and Guy finding form at the right time.
Yeah, it's a good team. You know, Prescott, Eckler. Only got 2 points for Edwards.
I'll tell you,
London Moore.
Eckler bouncing back with 28 points is a bigger story than Drake London's 35, you know, because Eckler's been so disappointing. If we can get him going.
I wonder if he's doing better with, what's his name? Stick,
yeah, something like that.
Could obviously look what Quentin Johnson done. You're like 91 yards.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to run the ball a lot as well, you would think now. So that brings Eckler into play as well. So yeah, I would expect good things from Eckler in the playoffs now that he's bounced back and had a good week.
And 22 points for his kicker as well. Set my helps Aubrey kicking his way past the Eagles. But no, it's a good team. Obviously, I just saw a report that they're obviously hoping to get Jonathan Taylor back.
Yeah, don't tease me. You know I've got him in a home league, so don't stop teasing me.
No. It just popped up with them, some tweets. And
I know.
The season, so it might be just to get to the playoffs, so we'll see how it goes. But no, it's a very impressive journey. Nearly at the 300 club, but not quite. So
not quite.
We're going to the semi-final second legs of the Rousey Cup. So South London Rebels, 210 to 166 for the Victor Educators. So they go through with 436.30 against 340.12. The Kilmarnock Kings gave a valiant effort after getting hammered in the first leg with 217 points against 166, but alas, not enough. So it's 371 for Derek against 427 for Dave. So
I mean that's you know, he done what he could. You know, he got the win in the second leg and he scored relatively well, but alas, the first leg just killed him. And South London Rebels have saw out with Educators both weeks, so you know, nothing to see here. Enjoy the final, South London Rebels and Whitchurch Warriors. May the best team win.
Well, obviously they've obviously qualified as well, so they've all got the chance of getting the treble. And South London Rebels actually have a good chance of getting a quadruple because they're actually leading the charity bowl as well.
Oh, there you go then, yeah. So that would be...
He's been leading it for about 5 weeks now, but he has not, obviously it's going to be fun. He didn't have a great score this week, but he's still about 60 points clear at the top of the charity bowl.
Yeah, he seems to be winning other leagues that we're in as well. I think we're going to have to look into this chap, Johnny, and maybe start booting him. He's too good.
No, that's for the challenge, Wiseman.
Only joking. You know I'm...
I'd be aware before you play him anyway, because you might be doing the bottom half, he's going to be at the top. Plus, he's in a different conference. So it's only Graham must have worried about him, and Alan.
Yeah, it's we'll see where I get to. So, but yeah, good luck in the final for both teams, and may the best one win.
Yes. Then we'll go on to the league games now. So the final weeks, we've got St Magnus division, my division, coming up. For the most part of the game, I was looking to lose the game, but for some reason, Barkley went mental, so it was 2-yard touchdowns and stuff like that. So I managed to pip up 223 to 194 for Plymouth Argyle Browns. Blacksteel Legends 203.78 against the top end Niners 190.17. Whitford Rockstars 141.13 against the top team Leeds Lasso 237. EK Colts 177.84, which is pretty low for them against the highest team of the week. Warner Bay Warriors, and what you can do about that. Hot Dogs 140.03 against the Pittsburgh Pirates 195. Stoke on Bengals 170 points against 166 Rotherham Raiders. But Stoke on Bengals are already through anyway, so with that one,
I'm sorry, Johnny, I've not said anything for a minute because I was just having a minute's silence for Mr. Baxter's playoff hopes.
I know. I think in the end it wouldn't have made any difference. Oh no, actually, if he'd won, he would have been sixth, but he'd been playing me in the playoffs.
He was in sixth, he would have got into the playoffs. But yeah, so it's Leeds Lassos, Stoke on Bengals, and Firth, your very own Firth Vikings that head off to play for the OrkneyBowl.
Yeah.
And then playing out for the helmets and the divisions, you can add in
the highest scoring
Warner Bay Warriors, the highest scorers, Whitworth Rockstars and EK Colts into that. So EK Colts sneaking in with at 7-7, you know, the highest scoring team at 7-7, and it just goes to show you how important scoring points is.
Yeah, it's like it's obviously different from our home league with the head-to-head, but it's all about the points.
At the end of the day, it makes it, you know, when you come into these knockout situations and you know, obviously you need, that's how winning games isn't enough. You need to be scoring points as well.
So yeah, Arthur was a bit unlucky. He did a good score this week, but unfortunately, my team here, like he had Elliott and he had Njoku, they got nearly 70 points between the pair of them.
They did, yeah, but alas,
it didn't
as you say, Barkley and his 2-yard touchdowns, you know.
I know, and his big run. At least he got the points for the big run before taking 2 points off with his fumble. Gave me a heart attack.
You'll be glad to see Hall scoring as well heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I did say that in our home league podcast, saying that Hall would actually benefit with Wilson being his quarterback, and well, it showed there. So
absolutely,
I didn't expect Wilson to play that well, to be honest. But yeah, if it helps,
they're not going to drop Wilson out now either. You know, that's it. Wilson's a man for the rest of the season now, so that bodes well for Hall for you in the playoffs.
I'm going to need it going to playoff them up against, but yeah, we'll look at the playoff picture, playoff bracket. So Leeds Lasso.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. So Leeds Lassos and
Stoke on Bengals get a bye. Then you've got the Warner Bay Warriors up against Whitford Rockstars. Then we've got myself up against the EK Colts. So it's going to be a close one, and hopefully I'll have to score a high to get through.
Yeah, well, you would have got through if it was this week. If the game was this week, you got through comfortably, you know. So you're heavy favourite for the game, Johnny. You know, there's no getting away from that fact. You know, it's you have to be favourite for the game, and it's a very winnable one. You know, and you get through that, and then I mean, it is any given Sunday now, though. You know, it's playoff time, so anything can happen in the NFL, as you know. All it takes is one quarterback injury.
Well, I've already had three of my 4 games I lost was because I lost the quarterback mid-game. So I'm glad I picked up Stafford for like £1 as all in free agency because he seems to be balling at the moment. So
well, he is, and I do believe that he's got a cut. In fact, did I get rid of him because I didn't like his playoff? I can't remember, but I mean, he's balling anyway, like you're saying.
Well, look what he did last week against the Ravens.
Hooker looks the real deal, and Cup looks more fit than he has in a long time.
Yes, and you've got obviously Williams fucking dump it off to him too. So yeah,
they're right in the playoff hunt as well, and that's what you need to look for, Johnny. You need to look for teams that have got something to play for, you know, and they are right in the playoff hunt. So that's a massive thing as well. So yeah, I mean, that's a great pickup.
Yeah, and obviously Mr. Baxter will get a bye after the first round in the consolation along with Webby Portsmouth Pirates, and then you've got Game and Teacher against Arthur, and Joe has the Hot Shot Hot Dogs against the Rotherham Raiders. Rotherham Raiders. So,
I mean, down there you're playing for your league positions now, aren't you? So just get to the final, and then it doesn't matter because you're in the top. You're in Division 3. But it's certainly you want to be as high up as you can. So it's Division 3 or it's Division 4. So win your first game and
go from there. That's it.
In the third division,
Well, that's it. Obviously, getting the top 2 spots gives you a help because you're not going through one game to get into stay in the top division. That's the whole point of finishing 1 and 2. It's a good chance. I mean, I'm thinking, like for the promotions and relegations next year, might do 4. So if you finish in the top 2, you're guaranteed promotion because it's a bit Spain finish in top 2. That way, 4 goes up, 4 goes down, and 4 stays put.
Yeah, that which makes sense as well.
Because it's a bit of a shame if you go like 11 and 2, like these 2 teams, and one of them gets knocked out by the team in 6th, you're like, well, you're not going to get promoted because you've got bombed. So I think an incentive would be for promotion would be finishing in the top 2, and then the rest are playing for the last 2 spots. Basically.
Fair enough. I mean, it's
and then you're still playing for the helmet afterwards. But I think it's a fairer way because it's a bit.
The helmet's from the main bracket, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just for the champions bracket.
Whether the champions bracket. And I think you're well represented there in the playing out for the OrkneyBowl as well, Johnny. Leeds Lassos have been on fire all season, as have Stoke-on-Bengals, really, and a couple of weeks aside, you've been really strong as well this season. So every one of you's got. Well, I mean, everyone's got a chance now, haven't they?
The thing is, like, I beat Leeds Lasso. That's one of their few defeats, and the first game against the Bengals was really close. But the last game last week, I had half my team off. I got hammered, but the first game was close, and obviously they've no more bye weeks, so they can avoid any more injuries. And Nick Mullins throws the ball to Addison, then I'm okay.
Yeah, well, that's a big if, isn't it?
Well, he had 1 catch for 7 yards from Dobbs, but then he got injured to 7 or 8 points after Mullins came in. So, because hopefully that'll help. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm glad to be in the top 3 and getting in.
Absolutely.
Well,
it's your inaugural season, Johnny. It would have been a shame if you didn't get there.
I know. Unlike my co-host.
Well, I'm nowhere near.
No. But anyway, we'll go on to your division now, the Yesnaby. So obviously,
look at the top scorer.
I know. So we've got Beprobruski at 168 against 185 Angle sit-ins. Aberdeen Bucks 183 against the Yorkshire Finns 200. 207 for Alaskan Breeze against the Glasgow Eagles 210. That's a pretty close one. The high scoring this week, Edinburgh Packers 263 against 247 Darlington Rams. I did say it was a game to look forward to, but well, that's a bit unlucky for Darlington Rams too.
Yeah, second
Lee Vikings 142 against the Bodom Bears 167. Godalming Goats 225 against the Buccaneers 131. So it's a good one there for you. Jackson showed up.
It's. I mean, I just say it's too late. But 263 points. First time I've cracked the 200 mark this year, so happy days, But it's hopefully it'll take a little bit of form into the playoffs, and I'll get something down there. Obviously I've not got no buys, so I've got 2 games to play to get in. But yeah, it's Lee Vikings. That's a bit of a scunnered one to take, isn't it? Getting packed to Yorkshire Finns, a nice win to steal into the 6th place.
Yeah, that's a good win to get into the top 6. But
and
that's a 4-game losing streak for the Lee Vikings, though. It's a bit.
Yeah, that's from what 6 and 4 to 6 and 8. That's a hard run to take. Yeah, congratulations to Graham, our Graham, for Mr. Farquhar, top of the division, 12 and 2, cracking record.
I know. Obviously, it was the top of the table class as well, and how close it was, 3 points difference, which could possibly, hopefully not change, but yeah, a nice one.
And Alaskan Deep Freeze and Godalming Goats will be the 2 joining them in playing for the OrkneyBowl, and they've been the best 3 teams in this division all year long. I mean, I've maybe been a bit harsh on Ancoat Citizens there, but one of them had to drop out, and it's a last 2-game win streak. It needed to be, 3.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Rob's had a 5-game win streak, which gets them up there. So that's obviously they're hitting form. Graham's on a 4-game win streak. Well, Alaska Deep Freeze were in a win streak until Graham beat them.
Yeah.
So the top teams are basically top teams because obviously Buccaneers lost. They're hanging on to 5th spot.
And it was 207 points for Alaska Deep Freeze. It was a tough loss. It was only 3 points in it. Not that it mattered. They're in the top 3 anyway. But it did not matter one little bit. But Brock Purdy, if he could have been brave enough to play Purdy over Allen, he would have got the win.
I know. I thought you might have done because obviously Purdy's been playing pretty well.
Well, this is the problem with having 2 of them on the bench. You're never going to drop Allen. You're never going to drop Allen.
No, because he's a high scoring quarterback, so you're not going to drop him.
Exactly. And
it's nice for Yorkshire fans getting in there. Obviously, Pedro Brewski's a bit unlucky. 2,800 points has scored, but
yes,
they've come up against 2,900, so the highest. Yeah, it's a bit very unlucky.
Yeah, harsh, very harsh, and Buccaneers have been scoring well too. 2,900 points in 5th place there, but they've walked into 2,959. So
I know they're minus 30 points in the point difference.
But
they've done well to get through. So.
Yeah, they're through. They're in. They're there. They didn't need to. It was a kind of nothing game there, and that's them in the playoffs now. And well, I guess no, it wasn't. Was it? If they'd have won that game, they might have snuck the final, the top 3. Oh no, they couldn't. No, they couldn't. Sorry. No. So that was long since gone. So yeah, it's the right 3 teams are heading to the playoffs, and I would not be surprised if Ancoat Citizens or even Buccaneers with their scoring spring a shock in the playoffs.
No, let's see who got. They're actually playing each other, are they?
Yeah, that's harsh.
First game, so so Graham's going to get one of them. So it's a bit lucky being the top seed and having to play one of those 2 highs. Well, he is a high scoring team himself, but you can have an off week. And obviously, you've got Yorkshire Finns against Rob. Rob did well getting up to the 3rd spot this win, so that could be. You'd have thought he'd win, but like I say, look.
He's certainly
he's coming really well, but
much like yours, there's a big difference between 11 and 3, and there's a massive difference between 11 and 3 and what is it, 8 and 6, not even 7 and 7. Massive difference. But it's any given Sunday, rules apply.
Precisely, and obviously you've got the Alaska Deep Creek waiting for the winners of that one, so that'll be another close one. So this is going to be a very close running for the championship, I think, in this one.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, Godalming Goats against Alaskan Deep Freeze, if that does work out to be the semi-final, will be massive. And whoever Graham's playing, he's got a tough game there, because both are scoring very well throughout the season.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Graham might not be looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to who gets anyway. And obviously down the bottom there, you've got Lee Vikings getting the bye, and
they'll be delighted to snap the lose run.
I know that's at least they're not going to lose this week, but then they'll be up against either the Darlington Rams or the Bodom Bears. You're both scoring well as well, so it's not going to be easy for the Lee Vikings getting into that one. And you're up against the Aberdeen Bucks.
I am, yes.
That should be they're on a 6-game losing streak, so you'll be hoping to make it 7 for them.
They are on a 6-game losing streak, and I've finally snapped my however many game losing streak it was, given the fact it's only my 2nd win of the season in the final game. But I have to be buoyed by the fact that my team seems to be scoring better. I'm loving Elliott in there now. He's been crap all season, but finally, showing up. T. Higgins has finally showed up again.
Yeah, he's always the same. His first game back, he does nothing, but then he gets a wee bit of practice under him. He gets a bit better, but he's just got to stay in the field. That's the problem.
I've got as good a chance as any.
You do indeed. Like I say, you're playing for the business now anyway. So, Godalming Goats has dropped Dick of the kicker.
Oh, they've dropped Dicker the kicker, have they? That's you
Oh.
can't do that. I might
Well,
pick him up just got.
In fairness, it's a Chargers now, Kim. I mean, they might not get as far as they might only get as far as 50 yards out.
And they're Aberdeen Bucks making moves before our game.
Yeah, Wilson.
For Samuel. Oof.
That was a good pickup. Okay.
But I might go pick Samuel.
What's the time? Well, that was Saturday, so yeah. Well, Samuel a good one.
Fair enough.
Well, no, it was Sunday. Aberdeen Bucks picked up Wilson instead of Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel might be. Oh, there you go. Finn's got Brown for Cincinnati. So
he seems to be coming on a little bit now.
I picked him up in our home league and I forgot to put him on the team. Sit him all the points on the bench for a bloody numpty. Anyway, so we'll go on to Division 3, Queen Hill. See how we're getting on here. So obviously, Pez is loving the fact that he's got a new logo. So he's now still in another win streak of getting 245.55 up against 169 Roddy and the Bankbook Panthers. Edinburgh Thunderbirds, 149.92 against the Seattle Patriots, 148.48. That score correction will have implications on the playoff spots, like who plays who. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. If it does,
it'll only be who plays who, though. It doesn't get them into third place.
No, I'll not make any difference in that, but it'll be a difference of like it could be. Yeah, I think it's like your opponent could change depending on score correction. New Barson Massard 172 against the Glenrothes Nazgos, another new logo, 189 points. 163 Manchester Bees, they don't care, they've already won. Against the 232.32 for the Whitehill White Tigers. That's getting name in. The Kirkwall Chargers 161.82 up against the Carlton Crew, 199.24. And the Chicago Scorpions, who they just missed out, 199.30 coming up against the Gossip Fighting Gophers, 213.14. So
unlucky Chicago Scorpions, 100 and 199.3 is a very respectable score and will win many games. But Whitehall White Tigers just pipped them to that final spot.
Yeah.
And
although I think in the end, I don't think it would have made any difference because the better scoring team. So it would have been more annoying if they'd won and they'd lost out 8 and 6.
Yeah, true.
7 and 7. So
true, yeah, they would
have
have
lost consolation. Anyway. So
yeah, they would have lost out anyway. So, but yeah, congratulations to Manchester Bees, Bankfoot Panthers, and Carlton Crew. And these three have been scoring solid all season long. You know, I think as groups from a division going into the Scarabrae Cup.
Scarabrae Trophy, yeah.
This is a good one, you know. This is a good one. And unlucky Glossop Fighting Gophers, you know, they hit that 9 and 5 mark, but you're not going to outscore 3,131 points in third and fourth place, you know. That's crazy.
I wish they were in the West Conference and not the East Conference, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, so would I have you, mate, because I'm not being funny, but 3,131.03 points and losing 5 games is crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Like, it's just, yes. Plus, it's a long way to send the trophy. I'm pretty sure he's like very, very far away.
Yeah, he is. He's in like Melbourne or something, isn't he?
Yeah. God's sake.
Yeah, a long way to go before that. But what happened to Roddy this week?
What was that? Roddy?
Things. Preston Lock got the top score, 245 points while playing Pickett.
I know. Well, Pez said that yesterday. Forgot to change. But yeah, look at the team though. When Henry, London, Sutton, Samuel, Njoku, Everett, Dexter.
Yeah, Sutton always does well. You got to wonder how it's only got 4 wins on the board. You know.
Yeah, but look at on his bench. Lamar Jackson.
God, he's got Lamar Jackson on his bench as well.
He did say that. He forgot to change. He forgot to change it over. That would have got him
290 odds. They'd have been top scorer for the week.
And just shy of the 300 mark.
But Brown on the bench for Roddy there. So Roddy's the one that's got Brown, but I'm not sure he's going to be a thing. Mixon's still going to be the main man. He'll get but it's not going to be a big thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just an off week for Roddy there. Nothing really jumping out at me to say that's the problem, but he'll be hoping that turns around this week.
Well, it will definitely, but He's still was at second spot.
Nice way to secure your spot in the playoffs as well for Whitehall White Tigers beating the top of the shop Manchester Bees, you know.
Definitely, because obviously
Always
if they'd
nice
lost that,
because the chances are you're going to get them again, you know.
Well, yeah, but we'll have a look
If
at
you're going to win it,
spot.
certainly you're going to get them again.
So let's see, player spot. Yeah,
And
so you've got
Manchester Bees has got a Stroud problem now. Is he out, or is he going to be back?
I think he's still out, is he not? I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for, but yeah. So
that's after losing Richardson. That's after losing Richardson as well. He's not had much luck with the old quarterbacks as Manchester Bees, but he's got Riddler sitting there at 31.
I know. Well, he might have to play Riddler this week, but yeah, like he's got a bye this week, so it's not too bad. But yeah, obviously, if there is a score correction in the 7th Seattle Patriots, it isn't going to make any difference because they're still going to play each other. It's just going to one's above it. Because obviously, it's Glossop Fighting Gophers against Seattle Patriots. The winner goes up to play the Manchester Bees. Roddy's sitting in wait between the high scoring Whitehall White Tigers and the Carlton Crew. So Roddy's got a tough one there to.
He has. I mean, he's going to be getting Carlton Crew anyway, being second over first, you know. So he's going to run into Carlton Crew being there. But yeah, I don't see how he doesn't win that game. And as well as Whitehall scored this week, and they would have beaten Carlton Crew this week. Whitehall White Tigers would have, you know. But you know the way Carlton Crew have been scoring.
Yeah, well, Backfoot Panthers did beat the Carlton Crew in week 5, 223 to 208. So they've been bye weeks in then, so that's the difference.
I have to say, of all the 3-6 games that we've looked at so far, this is the tightest one for me, and I'm amazed that I'm saying that, given the fact that it's Carlton Crew that are in 3rd place. You know, the Whitehall are heading into form as well, 232 points this week. You know,
yeah, and obviously Roddy's sitting there, and I think he's.
He'll sleep easy this week. Next week he's going to start thinking about things.
Yes, but yeah, I think I've no idea who's going to win between Seattle Patriots and Glossop, because even the point scoring between them is only 17 points between them all season.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be that will be a real close one. That, and I guess it's just I mean a lot of the time it comes down to now, Johnny. What it comes down to is matchups at this point in the season. You know, if your top guys have got a real hard matchup and your opponent's top guys have got a real easy matchup, you're in a bit of trouble no matter who they are. You know, because you're not in the playoffs with a crap team.
No.
So it
we'll find that soon with the Warren Sutcliffe rookies, but. So it's a good top 6. We've got in the bottom half. Obviously, the unlucky Chicago Scorpions will get a bye, as will the New Barstow Bashers, the highest good one. 4-game losing streak for New Barstow was a bit of a shame. At one point, it was 6-4, but then you've got the Glenrothes Nazguls will be playing the Preston Hawks will be playing the Cripple Chargers, and the winner will play the Chicago Scorpions. Then you've got the Glenrothes Nazguls will play the Edinburgh Thunderbirds. Is that right? Yeah. And the winner will play the New Barstow Mashers. So.
Do you know what's kind of annoying here right now, though? I want to see the matchups. I want to be able to look at the matchups and see who's playing who, you know, and they're not up there yet.
No, apparently for score corrections.
Yes, for score corrections, apparently. So we cannot even. I can't even click on the game in the playoff bracket, you know, and open it up and see who's playing who and see the team.
Because if you go to week 15, it says will be finalised pending set corrections on Wednesday, 1 a.m. on Pacific time. So now it's Thursday we're getting, but which is a bit of a shame. Obviously, you can get it that way, but the only thing is, any score correction is not going to change the playoffs.
No,
it might change if one place, but other than that, it's not going to change any playoffs. So
But it could, Johnny, because a score correction could make someone go from 6th to 7th. I mean, I'm not saying it could in our leagues. I'm just saying in theory it could.
Well, no, because I think there's nothing really close enough unless it's a big difference that's going to make somebody lose or win apart from the previous division, but then that would just be going from one spot to the other and they still be playing each other.
Yeah, but that's in our leagues. But I'm saying the whole of
yeah,
you know, a point, so they can't put the scores up in case someone is going from in to out. But it's more frustrating. That's why they shouldn't be doing score corrections. It should be end of the games, boom, done. But anyway, so we can't look at the forward games, which is a tad annoying, because there's nothing. That's where the reviews come in here, is looking at who's playing who and putting in a guess on who's going to win. Because I mean, just looking at the playoff bracket, I wouldn't like to make a guess at who's winning. Because I want to know who's playing who in terms of, so Seattle Patriots. I want to know who Jalen Hurts is up against. I want to know who Barkley's up against to make an informed decision.
Well, you can go that way, but you'd have to go for individual players.
Long way for a shortcut. No, but we'll discuss them next week anyway, and we'll be able to see them at the back end. And
Jalen Hurts up against Seattle this week, so.
In the run up to the Bowls, we'll do another one on maybe the Thursday or the Saturday, and just to preview the Super Bowls.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to do something like that.
Yeah, because we can't preview the matches here. We can only tell who's playing who. Even that could change. Yes.
So we'll go on to Millhead. And there's a nice one there. Solihull Sharks getting in by winning 196.99 against Gary, 156. Rotten Warriors going up top with 221.82 against 129.69 there Knights. Leicester Tigers 202.4, losing to the Preston Panthers 222.74. Yorkshire Lost Mertlers 189.13 against the Workshoppers Rookies. We'll get to that one in a minute. 130 points. The Dublin Everton Blues 246.74 up against the Harrow Harlequins 197.38. The Leeds Leopards 173.96, and our very own Sean, the Newcastle Colts 180.87.
Sneak that.
So this is the one we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, was the Workshop of Rookies.
8-6, not in.
Who had the lowest scoring team all the way up. And I think they dropped, I think they were sitting in third a couple of weeks ago, and now they're out.
A couple of losses and they're out. And it's an 8-6 and not making the playoffs. But first things first, Dublin Everton Blues, fantastic win against Harlequins to get into the playoffs, get into the big boys school.
That was an awesome score. Danny will be loving that one.
Yeah, so that's a great one, and it puts them in with the big boys, and you never know, anything can happen these next 3 weeks, he could end up being the OrkneyBowl champion, and if he does end up being the OrkneyBowl champion, he's got to come back and look at this game, and that was a game that got him in.
Definitely. Yeah, I like Danny, he's a good lad.
So, well done getting in there, And Rotten Warriors and Leicester Tigers, they've been the top two all season here, and both scored over 3,000 points, so massive scoring. Both get every chance in the final playoffs.
Yeah, obviously Leicester Tigers got 200 points and they lost to Preston. Leicester Tigers 202 to 222, so they still scored over 200 points. Okay, they lost the top spot, but they're still in the top two. But the nice one was the Solihull Sharks.
Squeeze themselves in, though. That's the thing. They started their run too late. Preston Panthers 2 wins in a row to get 7-7. Might have been enough. Would have been enough in some leagues with 2,700 points, but not here. Yeah, and obviously Solihull Sharks get a nice 5-game win streak to get the 6th spot. Yeah,
196.99. So they were creeping their way up, and like I say, you just needed Workshop of Rookies to lose, and the 4-10 now, Yorkshire Myrtles actually done it for them. So they did them a huge favour getting the top six.
Nice win for our Sean as well. Newcastle Colts getting sneaking himself into the playoffs here as well, and ensuring that he will be in one of the top two divisions for the first full season with relegation and promotion. So well done there, Sean. And let's see, once you get 2,800 points, a decent enough tally for the season. So anything can happen in those playoffs,
I know, it might be in my division next year. Good.
Could be.
Oh, no. That would be nice to get a bit of rivalry. Because obviously, Doug's not there anymore, so get Sean.
Yeah, he won't be there. But yeah,
Sorry,
that's and of course you've got the Orkney Warriors and Leicester Tigers not only going on to play for the OrkneyBowl, but also getting the bye week this week and only needing 1 win to get into the Division 1 for next season.
Division 1 is going to look awesome. It's going to. I can't wait to see the draft boards of that and going over the draft for those ones because that's going to be fun.
And I mean, Solihull Sharks are on such a good run. 5 wins in a row, but they're coming in to play Dublin Everton Blues, you know, who have obviously they're in third place, but that is no sure thing for the Dublin Everton Blues, that one, you know, they could be need to watch out for that one because, as I say, 5-game win streak, there's nothing better than coming into playoffs on a win streak of that length, you know.
Oh, definitely. It might be the best one coming into the playoffs at the moment.
Coming in with confidence.
Sean's got a tough one against the Harrow Harlequins, but it will be a close one. There's only 50 points between them.
Whoever wins is going to be heavy second favourites in the semis. Or Orkney Warriors are flying in this division, you know, and Leicester Tigers as well. They two should be playing off. If point scoring is anything to go by, you know, both over 3,000, one of them over 3,100. So that should be the final year, but I keep saying it any given Sunday.
Well, that's the way the injuries are flying about nowadays, definitely. And obviously down the bottom half, we've got the Workshop Doth Rookies will get a bye, as will the Preston Panthers, who obviously were unlucky. 2-game win streak, but didn't quite make enough. But they'll get a bye, then you'll have the Yorkshire Myrtles will be playing against
Leeds Leopards.
The Leeds Leopards. And then you've got the Gary against
Joe.
Yep,
so it's the Nairn Knights against the Wilts Gold Rush for the other side. And it's, you know, Division 3 or Division 4. Who wants to be in Division 4? You know, you want to be in the 3rd division.
Well, that would be in your division, Craig.
So all to play for sure.
Yeah. Well, it was a good win by the Yorkshire Myrtles, obviously, but it did help the, what do you call them?
Yeah, got the Solihull Sharks in. Got the Solihull Sharks in for sure. So, yeah, I mean that's what you want. No, you don't want people not playing because they've got nothing to play for. You know, you want because you can see the kick-on effect that can have. You know, if Yorkshire Myrtles just didn't bother doing the team and left in 4 guys on buys and chucked the game away, it would be a completely different scenario.
Yeah,
and slightly unfair on the other team. You know, that's why I constantly harp on about doing your teams. Don't forget to do your teams. It'll take you 30 seconds to make sure you've got a starter in each spot. At least do that when you're out of it. You know, make the league clear.
Look at his bench. So, I mean, obviously he played Hearts, he got nothing. He had Wilson and Fields, 23 points, 30 points. Tony, 9 points. Quentin Johnson, 14 points. Isaiah Likely, 27 points. TG Watt, 10 points, but he went out injured, so I don't know. But yeah, to get all of them right might have been a difference. But
well, that's it. But, you know, it's,
there was a couple of times he didn't change the team, so that's partly his own fault.
Well, I mean, you know, you've got Hearts and you've got Wilson and you've got Fields. You know, Hearts and Fields. I get Wilson sitting there because you need someone to plug in if he gets injured or something like that. But having Fields sitting there who's going to outscore Hearts many weeks,
especially against Detroit, because you like running against them. I wonder if he picked up Wilson when Fields was injured. So he maybe had Wilson playing when Hurts was on a bye.
Yeah, every chance, but still, it's and the old Gabe Davis goose egg. You know, that's just it really is hit or miss.
It's either 30 points or no points. There's nothing in between with that boy. Like,
no, that's it.
But no.
Well,
yeah, unlucky the top 6, so
you'll be in Division 3, no doubt, and good luck getting up into 2nd division next year. Good team, and just ran out of steam at the end.
But look at their points. So they've got 2,268. the only team.
Yeah, there were the most scorers. The second most scorers in the division.
Second most scorers, but let's say there was a couple of weeks. I don't know. I think there was obviously something, but he didn't change his team for a bit, which didn't really help his chances.
Well, if that's the case, then that's what happens when you don't change your team. You end up in 7th place on an 8-6 record.
But yeah, he had a good start, so if he can build on that, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
So we'll go on to the Happy Valley. So we're on to the West Conference now. So we've got the Gothenburg Angels 267.99 against the Quabanks Lightning 205.97. Dickinson Demons 201.9 against the Lemony Fresh 176.16. 162.9 for Norwich Mustard Men against the Turbo Titans 149.79. Guildford Raptors are cracking score 239.62, but they and 198.54 the Darlington Dragons. Yeovil Warriors 177.31 against 173.29 Richmond Reds. Cork Red Army 166.53 against the Bodyrig Cheeseheads 185.57. So that puts the Gothenburg Angels at the top there. So.
It does, and it's the Gothenburg Angels, Yeovil Winners, and Turbinville Titans who will go on and play for the OrkneyBowl, the inaugural champion. And, this has been a very tight league all year long, but Turbinville Titans getting that loss, it was so our Dreve is going to be a tad upset.
Yeah, because he was the one that could have caught him. Yeah.
If he won, he was in, and he scored 205 points, but he's ran into Gothenburg Angels doing what they do best,
Yes.
Just
shy 3,000 points.
And poor Norwich Mustard Men there, getting the win, getting to 8-6 and going out in 7th place, Another team to go out in 7th. And that's, again, it's just, it's points scored. I mean, it's literally 35 points over the space of a season that's cost them a place in the playoffs,
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, that one. Because obviously, look at Turbo Titans, they've got less. But they had a good run. And obviously, you got the Guildford Raptors 2 wins in a row, getting to 4-10. Had a nice score this week, so that'll run them good stead into the playoffs.
And I tell you that them and Norwich Mustard Men are the only 2 teams to go into the consolation playoffs with a winning record. The other 4 have all lost on losing records. So I mean, you've got to look at that and think that's got to be a good thing. The Guildford Raptors and Norwich Mustard Men must be looking good for the consolations. But the top half, I mean, I wouldn't like in the top half, Johnny. They've all had big weeks and all had bad weeks. It's very tight.
Well, you got the Bodyrig Cheeseheads against the Dickinson Demons, and the winner plays the Gothenburg Angels. And everybody's beating everybody in this division, like to say. Yeovil winners will be waiting the runner of the Quabanks Lightning and Turbo Titans.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be rocking into that game, would you? You wouldn't want to be rocking into the Bodyrig Cheesehead and the Dickinson Demons either, because they're both scoring really well too. So, I mean, the Gothenburg Angels have to be favourites for it, given the season that they've had, and they're on a 3-game win streak now. But
I think they had a 2-game losing streak or 3-game losing streak in the middle of that. So
yeah, I mean, the Bodyrig
Titans, like
the Bodyrig Cheesehead, I mean, they've been they had a right dip in the middle of the season where they went on a 4 or 5-game losing streak.
Yeah.
But they've bounced back very well from it. Goddard's back. Waddle's starting to play a bit better. Allen's doing fine. He's got Connor to come back off bye week. Walker's back off injury, So yeah, I mean, things are looking up for Bodyrig Cheeseheads, and
Bodyrig Cheeseheads.
It's so tight, this one. I genuinely would not be surprised to see any of these ones lift the helmet at the end of this playoff run, because they're all good teams in their own rights,
It's a very close league, this one. Obviously, 8-6, you don't get through. 7-7, just sitting in 8. So obviously, you've got the Norwich Mustard Men, Richmond Reds have both got a bye week, and then you've got the Guildford Raptors are playing Lemony Fresh.
Yeah, and Cork Red Army and Darlington Dragons.
Yeah. So yeah, the Cork Red Army are quite low scoring, 5-game losing streak. 5-game losing streak for Lemony Fresh after having a couple of games, so they've won a couple in a row.
The way it sits as well, the Guildford Raptors could play the Norwich Mustard Men in the final, and they're the 2 heading in with win streaks. So they're the 2 heading in with a bit of form, but who knows?
see the last 2 weeks, the Norwich Mustard Men last week scored 260 points. No, the Guildford Raptors 260 points last week, 239 points this week. 3 weeks and week 11 they scored 240 points. So they've got most of their points in the latter part of the season. They're definitely the team's hitting form and scoring points. So you got to think they're going to be a bit of a danger.
Well, yeah, I mean, Purdy at quarterback scoring really well. Achan's back. Mixon's bell cow. Metcalf's doing very well again. You know, Pittman's good. Flowers is getting better. Njoku, Barkley. You know, it's a very good team. You know, but it's just a shame it's in the consolations.
Yeah, but let's say they'll get them into the third division if they get their way through there.
Yeah, that's it.
The Maze Howe, the trading division. So got the Belfast Benchwarmers 260 points against 198 Crew Juggernauts. Darlow Destroyers 230 points against the Gloucester Bullpack 173. Cavite Porkers 204 against the Sandbach Sunset 186. Portland Lumberjacks 159 against the Riney Cardinals 227. Whitford Educators 166.54 against the Bognor Regis Falcons 142. Burner Cross Banders 222 against 134 for the Birmingham Giants. So this was all changed at the top as well after Portland Lumberjacks losing. It's the second game in a row they've lost. Second game?
Yeah, they've lost 2 in a row and it brought them right back down into the... I mean, at the end, Whitworth Educators got ahead of them, but to be honest with you, are they bothered? They've got the bye and they're playing for the OrkneyBowl, so first and second, and yeah, you want to win the division, it's nice, but there's no prizes for it, there's no, you know, so top 2 is what you need and top 2 is what he's got. And the Bognor Regis Falcons also jumping in there at 9-5 and allowing Whitworth Educators to jump both of them, get the divisional title and the number 1 seed.
I think this one, the top 3 was already set before the week, so yes. It didn't really make any difference. But unlucky to Portbelly there.
Well, it's hard.
He
literally needed one of them to lose. To be fair, he has the lowest amount of points. He has the lowest amount of points against them all anyway, so it wouldn't have been enough even if he got it there.
No, but he gave it a good effort. Considering he was not like 1-4 or something. It was like, right, so really bad.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's right. I mean, this has been this division's been a proper story of 2 halves. You know, the bottom half. You know, it's been the top 6 and the bottom 6 have been the same pretty much the whole way. You know.
Yeah, they've just been swapping places at the top.
And yeah, Belfast Benchwarmers using those players that they got out to trade for Kelsey to their advantage. You know, I still can't I still can't not believe that they got the better deal out of that, even although Portland Lumberjacks are going so well, you know, and right up there. And Kelsey's helping them along the way, but not as much as he would have wanted to when he done the deal, I would think.
No, he was better. It's not been great for the last few weeks. I don't know any of the Chiefs, to be honest, but he's just not been. Maybe he's love struck and he's just not playing football as well.
Well, ever since he's came along, you know. But yeah, I mean, 3-9-5 records heading over into the to play for the OrkneyBowl, and it will be tough. It will be tough for them, you know, with those records going in against some of the big boys, you know, that have got 11 2s and 10 4s, 11 3s, you know.
I think there's a 12-2 somewhere as well, but yeah, obviously a good win for the Darlow Destroyers, getting 3 wins in a row, getting up to 4th spot. And then Belfast, we've got the Darlow Destroyers will be playing Belfast Benchwarmers, so that'll be a very interesting game, and either one of them could still beat Whitford Educators. Just how close this one is. So
100%.
Then you've got Portland Lumberjacks having a nice weekend off, coming up against the winners of the Bognor Regis Falcons and the Burnham Cross Pandas, who had a nice win. Obviously,
I mean, let's not forget there's only one win difference between 1st and 6th, you know. It's 9-5 against 8 and 6. So yeah, absolutely anything can happen in these playoffs, and I wouldn't want to call it, you know, even the points scored. Burnham Trash Pandas are the lowest of the top 6 at 2,772, but it's only 100 and change behind the top scorer, you know, in Whitworth Educators. So
it is crazy the closest one is. But then, yeah, obviously down the bottom half, you've got Pork will be getting a bye week, along with the Sandbach Sunsets. Then you've got Ryan Cardinals, you're a great score this week. You're actually 6-8. That's pretty good against the Birmingham Giants. So they'll play the winner. They'll play Portland, Port Nelly. Then you've got
yes, he'll play right Porkers.
Crew Juggernauts against the Gloucester Wolfpack.
Gloucester Wolfpack, yeah, and they'll play
Sandbag Sunsets.
Sandbag Sunsets. I mean, I'm not being funny, but yes, Ryan Cardinals scored a great score this week. They really have. But Pork really has to be heavy favourite for this one because he's not the one that's heading in a chunk load of form, you know.
The daft thing is, though, the highest scoring team in this division is at 9th.
Yeah, crazy, eh? The Crew Juggernauts. Well, remember, they went on that massive losing streak.
Yeah, was it 6 games, 7 games? Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, in fact, yeah, no, I take that back, Pork. I do apologise. I take that back. Crew Juggernauts really should waltz this. But then they must have lost some players along the way, Crew Juggernauts, not to be down that low with that amount of points. You know, they must have scored a lot at the start.
Oh,
Palmer and Thomas it's on IR.
They started off 4-0, then they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, then 1, 2, then lost 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the spot in the middle.
Hard to take, you know, hard season to have. I think the quarterback, losing the quarterback was a big thing for them because Baker Mayfield to come in, he's not the best, you know.
He's still getting 25 points most time, but losing Richardson, they're sore, man.
Yeah, it's 20, but he's also having weeks where he's getting 8 points and 6 points and 5 points, you know, so tough season, but you know, them's the breaks in fantasy football, Johnny. You know, it's sometimes that happens in the auction league. I'm top scorer in a record of like I think it's 5-9, 5-9. Top scorer in the league, and I'm 5-9 and miles out the playoffs. And it's like that's no fair.
And it's annoying when that happens. But
yeah, it's fantasy football, and that's the way it goes.
I know, it's bloody annoying sometimes. Well, you see that one that Alan lost by 0.02 points. Yeah, luckily it was already through. It didn't make any difference, but how close is that?
Listen, it's why we all love it because it keeps us up at night.
Well, watching the Giants win was a rare change. That was nice.
Yeah,
so we've got the Marwick Head division. But the Chester Hurricanes 148 against 117 St Helens Eagles. Peterhead Blooded Jets 256.86, given Royal Arsenal Riots a bloody nose 172.89. Bonnie Cowboys 192.2, beating the Whitchurch Warriors 166.04. Kilmarnock Kings 207.16, enough to clinch the top 6 spot against the 210 Bangham Sharks. The Plymouth 49ers 208.02 against the 202 Southampton Dockers, and the Melbourne Supremacy 216 against 191 Nottingham Rebels. So this one was a bit, in the end, it just all Derek had to do was win, and he was in, but she managed to win.
Wipe your little brow, Del Boy Dexter. Wipe
by
your
7
brow.
Points. How close is that? Those 7 bloody points, man.
Wipe your little brow. But I'll tell you what else has happened here. What a turnaround for Graham and the Bonnie Rig Cowboys.
I know.
2 wins in a row, just when you need it, not only to make sure of the playoffs, but also to secure that spot to play for the OrkneyBowl, you know, because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We all want to be OrkneyBowl champion, don't we? That's the cream of the crop.
I know. And look at the score. I know it's just like...
Yeah, it's not great, but it's... And that will be a problem the next 2 weeks, maybe. You know, but...
Well, then he might hit form, that's the thing. So,
you know.
So look at Adam, 286.2862, and he's sitting there at 10. But so he said he's come up against some tough matches. That's the problem.
Yeah,
and I mean, happen when you play in leagues. But
this has been one of those leagues as well, Johnny. You know, where the kind of, you know, Chester Hurricanes at 7-7 must feel hard done to as well with 2,700. You know, as you say, Plymouth 49ers, it was their start. Their start was just so diabolical. But then even Sean's got 2,692. That's enough to get into some playoffs. It's not here.
I know. But
yeah, well done, Graham, for getting into the play for the OrkneyBowl and going in with Melbourne Supremacy and Whitchurch Warriors. Well done, gentlemen. And 2 teams who should have a shout with the points they're scoring, you know. But everyone's got a shout now. It's points over 2 weeks, you know, that's it.
Well, look at that. The Whitchurch Warriors have been high scoring most weeks, been a time of the week, getting 166 points this week. So these things can happen. So
And our Aaron
Obviously, the
snuck
career
out that.
himself. Well, in fairness, he was safe anyway because he wasn't
Yeah, I
going
know
to
he
go
was
down.
in.
Not
He
with
was
that
in.
points, but
But
no,
it's I mean, it's his first real season playing at fantasy football. You've got to doff your cap to him. He's done really well.
second
And
season.
first season properly, it's he played one league last year.
Yeah, but
But
he's like stuck to his phone.
it's I
No,
mean,
he's done really
like
well, but yeah.
Water, to be fair. And he's got his shout at getting into Division 1, and playing for it all next year. He can't obviously be playing for it all this year, but he's got his shout at getting into Division 1. And, Southampton Dockers in the first round.
Yeah.
Winnable game. Losable game.
Yeah, it's a good go either way game.
A winnable game too.
Yeah, because Southampton Rockers. Yeah, there's only like 40 points between their scoring. He's actually conceded 1,000 more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then you've got, they do play against the Richard Warriors, it's got to be a hard one.
Yeah, when against them.
Supremacy.
I mean, this has been tight.
That has been. I'm pretty sure this one's swapped. I think the last couple of weeks, Richard Warriors and Melbourne Supremacy did pull away because everybody else was each other.
They did. I mean, it was very close up to the last few weeks, but then those two kind of pulled away, showed their class, showed their scoring, Johnny, because look at their scoring compared to everyone else's. It's so much better, and that's why they pulled away. But yeah, I mean, Graham's now got to go and, Derek will be over the moon with playing Graham in the, Graham being seeded 3 and getting him in the first round of the playoffs,
He will be,
I would imagine. I think he would rather have him than either the Southampton Dockers or Royal Arsenal Riots because they're both scoring 200 points more than Graham.
But then if he loses, you'll know what he wants next week because you'll be slagging him off.
Well, that's the flip side of it, isn't it? But no, I'd say, I mean, Graham knows what he's doing as well. We all know Graham's a wee ace up his sleeve every now and then. So I expect a good run from Graham over the next 2 weeks in the Scarabrae to see how he does.
And obviously the bye weeks and the consolation, you've got the Cheshire Hurricanes and the Nottingham Rebels. You've got the week off. And obviously Peterhead Bloody Jets have climbed all the way up to 9th spot, which is pretty good. So they're up against, that'll be a high.
No, that's a big one, isn't it? That's as big a consolation game as we've seen.
Because obviously Adam's the highest scoring team throughout, but
yeah,
Peterhead Bloody Jets have had a couple of nice scores the last couple of weeks.
They have.
And then you've got the Rangalese. Oh no. Glenboats is playing. So it's Sean that's playing Adam, which is pretty close scoring.
Yeah,
the Jets are playing the St Helens Eagles. So that's a good. You'd think they would get past that one and play against the Nottingham Rebels. So yeah, they've got a good chance to finish in Division 3 after such a poor start.
Yeah, I mean, the St Helens Eagles have had a season to forget, haven't they? Not just with the record of 2-12. After, by the way, starting. Oh no, they were at least 2-2. They've lost 10 in a row, but
I think they were
2-2.
2-2, yeah.
But they have only scored 2,000 points, So it's been one of those. It's just been an off season, bad season. Write it off. Head into the playoffs. See what you can do. And if you end up in Division 4, which is probably likely from that points tally, you've got leagues to go through. You've got promotion.
Well, that's it. Make your way through all the helmets.
That's it. Do it the hard way.
Yeah, and it's going to be like you got to fancy Adam to finish in Division 3 because his team's so high scoring.
Definitely.
But obviously, Sean's been a bit sneaky the last couple of weeks. Did some nice scores as well. I know he's lost 2 in a row, but he did win a couple in a row to get up to 5.
I mean,
up above him.
The Peterhead Bloody Jets are, they've got a 2-game win streak on the go as well. So, I mean, if you look, three of the 6 teams in the lower division have got winning records. So that's pretty crazy, that they're in the bottom half yet. They've got winning records going into the playoff side. But yeah,
well, in fairness, the Peterhead Bloody Jets in week 13 scored 136 points against 112 for the St Helens Eagles. So I'd call it a 1-game win streak.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. Seeing as how it's Mark as well, I'll definitely give you that. And Mr. Aaron Rodgers round 1.
Oh yeah. Is that who you're playing in the?
Yes,
playoffs?
It is. Oh. Yes, it is.
I'll give away the homes for peanuts. Yes, get.
Yeah, so you know what's going to happen though, don't you? Jared Goff's going to go for about 60 points
And beat you. Yeah, and then,
you know what I mean?
As long as Doug loses, you're all right.
Correct.
So after that bit of this, we'll get onto the dwarfy stage. So we've got another one of our Orkney boys doing really well in this. So many Money boys doing well. The Lancashire Bombers 198 points against the Wakefield 49 173. Doble's Darlow Diamonds, when we got it right, 248.69 against the South Carolina Broncos 193. The South London Rebels, now 12-2, 210-14 against the London Eagles 171.58. The Kirkwall Cowboys, Ross 225.51 against Pure Groty 141.14. And you got the Manchester Spinners, who last week was the top scorer, get 217.81 against 200 points 95 for the Kirkwall Raiders. The Fuelwood Patriots 157.25 against 153.22. The Bluetoon Texans. So obviously last week's team of the week was the Manchester Spinners. So they've got the second win. Is that the second win in a row now? So
yeah, it's the second win in a row, but it's not enough. But yeah,
I mean, enough, but it's still a nice bit to get into the playoffs for the consolation. But yeah, this was Tony's one. This is
poor London Eagles. You know, they ran into the wrong team at the wrong time, and it cost them their spot in the playoffs. But I mean, here we go, Johnny. We said it. There'll be 8 6s that get in. Here's the league that the 6 8s got in.
Yeah.
So there's at least two. There's at least 2 teams that have went out with an 8-6 record, and here's Dobos Darlow Diamonds sneaking in with a 6-8. Don't get me wrong, the points scored are very good.
They are, yeah, probably better than my scoring coming. I think so.
But I mean, the top 3 here have been the top 3 all season long, and it's never really been anywhere near. South London Rebels, Kirkwall Raiders, and Lancashire Bombers, the outstanding teams of the division, have been throughout the season, thoroughly deserve their spots to play for the OrkneyBowl, and I would be I will not be surprised if the winner comes out of this division.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. That's like 3,200 points.
This division's favourite. And as you say, the South London Rebels are going for everything. They're going for the quadruple, aren't they? So good luck, Tony.
Well, that's it. You've got Dave in the group before. He's up for the treble. Obviously, they're in the same half as this one, so one of them's going to knock each other out, in the Rousey Cup and the playoffs for the Scarabray.
Yeah.
So, I think, yeah. And obviously, well done to Ross. Obviously, you're basically guaranteed in. We're getting a win just to
make sure. Absolutely. I mean, when you're sitting at 6-7, he wasn't guaranteed per se, so it's a good win to get to that 7-7 and make sure, you know. But the big ones, London Eagles and Wakeford 49ers, certainly both losing to allow Dobos Darlow Diamonds to sneak in there at the last minute.
Look at the points for Manchester Spinner, 2,700. That could have had more than Ross. But too little, too late. 2 wins in a row. Too late. Groty 6 losses in a row. Oh, Groty.
I'm sorry, John boy, but I'm trying hard not to smile when you've got 49ers in your name that you lost in the final week to cost yourself up a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're not going to get many sympathy or Craig for that one, unfortunately.
Sorry, but that's not going to happen. But yeah.
So who we got? So in the playoff brackets, we'll have South Carolina Broncos will be up against Ross. And the only problem with that is that next they'll be up against Tony Harrison.
South London Rebels, so it's one and done, I would imagine.
But they could still, obviously, they'll playing in the third place playoff, so they could potentially still finish third in the division and get to the top division.
Definitely. Yeah. So, no, listen, it's any given Sunday, you know. It's absolutely not set in stone.
Oh, because obviously Alan. Is Alan needing a quarterback? Is it this week or is that another one?
No, it's home league.
Oh yeah, because he's got a bye week this week.
Lawrence Howell and Jake Browning in here, but it's the home league. He lost Herbert.
I lost him in the family league. I nearly beat Aaron as well.
I lost him in the blooming Dynasty 19.
Until Hopkins went for 100 odd yards and a touchdown and beat me by about 4 points.
Lovely.
But, it's okay. I still made the playoffs, but I think we're going to get hammered of Doug. And obviously, the final one, and then you've got the who's it? Lancashire Bombers against the Dobos Darlow Diamonds.
The Lancashire Bombers are playing Dobos Darlow Diamonds, and the winner will
That'd be a
obviously
close game,
winner of that plays the Kirkwall Raiders. And I get, it's the Lanarkshire Bombers are on a 5-game win streak on 11-3 record against the Dobosdalo Diamonds on a 6-8 record, one to sneak in on a losing record. So with those stats, you would think it's an easy game, but then you look at the points scored are only 7 plus 4, 31 points between them. So,
I know, and I'm looking at his team here, he's playing Shakir because he doesn't have another wide receiver. It's all running backs.
Yeah.
He's got Kieran Williams, David Montgomery, Zach Moss, Dante Foreman, Rashawn Johnson, Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs, Ty Chandler. So he's got a basically running back crew, but he's basically stuck with Khalil Shakir. No, it's not bad to be stuck with Deebo Samuel and Amon St. Brown, but
no,
Laporte has tight end, but he's only got 3 wide receivers. He's got Sam Howell on the bench, so he's got 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, his quarterback situation is fine.
Because you had Jefferson, obviously, but he's back out again.
Yeah, he's got an so I wouldn't even want to play him, even if he wasn't, to be honest with you, because who knows what's happening there.
Yeah, so obviously he's done well to get 11-3 after losing Jefferson so early.
Yeah, he's done really well, Alan. And as I say, you would expect South London Rebels to play the Kirkwall Raiders in the final, but I would not write off Lanarkshire Bombers chucking in chucking their 10 pence worth in before it gets to the stage.
Even obviously you get Lancashire Bombers possibly in the championship against it should be Tony, but I still see Alan having enough to get to 3rd place and finish in the top division as well, because he deserves it this year. He's had a good game. And if you hadn't bumped into me test, because he wouldn't have lost those couple of games.
Of course, let's not forget.
I would say Commissioner's taking the blame for that one. Sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be some interesting playoff games, and obviously some you think should be.
But it's the joy.
But some are just no chance.
It's the joys of fantasy football, Johnny. And do you know what the thing is? Next week, because there's only 4 games in each, we can go through them all and see exactly what's happened and analyse each one. It's not 8 games a league anymore. Through it's 2 games a league, so we can get through them and analyse them properly. Certainly in the top division, going for the playoffs. And we still have the big one in the OrkneyBowl champion to find, and I am it's week 14 and week 15 scores combined, and the top team from the west play the top team from the east, and week 17 is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Whereas
I like that.
Next year,
I like that it comes to head.
Next year, obviously, I think the Scarborough will just be for the top divisions, but I'm going to get like a plate, like a shield that all the other divisions play for.
Yeah, no, it has to come from top, yeah.
Because obviously, I'm not changing the payouts, because it's not big payouts, because I've got the helmets. So the top ones will get to play for the trophy.
Yeah,
I'll get like a shield where you can fit all the bits on it and all that stuff. And then
what about that next year, Johnny? Let's see out this season first, and then we'll start thinking about next, shall we?
Yeah, probably well. If I lose this week, my season nearly is over. So yeah.
Well,
so we'll go to the Scarborough, the actual list now.
Yeah, so here we are.
Yeah,
so 12 teams in each conference playing out to see who the conference champion is, and then go on and see who the OrkneyBowl, the inaugural OrkneyBowl champion will be. I mean, it could be anyone, Johnny. It could be anyone. I do like the fact that it's over 2 weeks for the first round, because you're less likely to get a fluky score getting through, a fluke score.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And obviously, with the final, you want the final over 1 game. You don't want to bring week 18 in yet. You don't want the playoffs to start. You don't want the playoffs to start when there's bye weeks on.
But you want to
knock me out of 1. So the fair is to be able to do the best over the 2.
You want the 2 teams coming into it to be the 2 teams in form as well. You want that where it's the best 2 teams over the last couple of weeks that are playing in the final, and that's what this works out as well. Because obviously it's the top scorer out of 12 over 2 weeks.
Yes, but yeah, it's going to be a tough one in the West Conference, because obviously you've got the two finalists for the Rousey Cup, the Witchett Warriors and the South London Rebels. Obviously, Kirkwall Raiders are over 3,000 points. Gosford Angels, a high-scoring team, Euro winner. It's even the Lancashire Bombers. Kind of the London Rebels have a score like they did last week. They could easily something. Bonnie the Cowboys could hit a hot shot. But I do think, I know I'm in the East Conference, and obviously got Leeds Lasso, Stoke and Bengals, Glasgow, Elysian Crees, Manchester Bees, Carlton Crew. Obviously, I think they are the highest scoring team in the whole league. But I still, the West
you're going to need to score over 500 points, Johnny. If you don't score 500 points over the 2 weeks, you've got no chance. And that's just how it's going to be, because one of those teams are going to score well over 500 points. So, you know, you need to hit the 500 mark.
Especially with no bye weeks.
Yeah.
So
good luck to everyone.
Good luck, everyone. And obviously, Doug's not in it, so we don't have to say that to Doug.
I'll need to say it today.
And thank you for those that did watch. There's only a couple in, but thank you for watching. And we'll see you all next week. I hope you feel better.
See you next week for the first round of the playoffs, which will be that's when the football starts. Football starts this week.
It does indeed. Take care, everyone, and good luck, everyone. Apart from Doug in the consolation.
Yes.